17th of December, and we're going to be covering sequential circuit analysis, and it's going to be the first try. Basically, I'm just making this video to show a buddy of mine so we can prepare for this test, and also be transparent about what they're teaching us and in the CS field. So let's get started here. We're going to be talking about sequential circuits. This is the block diagram of what a sequential circuit is. As you can see here, we are going to build a combinational circuit. It has inputs going into it. We also have a next state going into the storage of elements, the memory, also known as, it's using flip-flops, and it has an output. The present state is going to come out of the stored elements. It's going to go back to the combinational circuit to give us the next state. So according to my notes, I'll be using my notes here. Again, guys, this is just going to be straight up raw. I tried to, it's really going to be the problem that she's going to be giving us. Let's look at that problem here. We're going to find the equation first. We're going to be given a bunch of equations, and we have to figure it out. Let's get that equation. Looks pretty good. It's only 2 inputs, so that's what we're going to deal with. Alright, so let's get started here. Here's going to be the equation. We're going to start with DA. This is going to be the first flip-flop that we're going to be dealing with. D means it's a data, it's an input to the flip-flop, alright? This is DA. And the equation for that is X bar A and plus XY. Alright, and then we're going to go to our next one, which is delta B. Again, that's just telling us that this is a flip-flop. Because the input to a flip-flop is delta, which is looks like a D flip-flop we'll be using here. Alright, then this is the equation that we'll be using, and then we'll have Z X B. Alright, so it's gonna take a while. So make sure you guys have your coffee. Well, actually, let me actually get mine. Let me get coffee. Alright, I'm back. My bad. Alright, so yeah, it's gonna be like a study guide on this video. Again, I'm making it raw, and I'm just looking over here. We're gonna be understanding how this circuit is gonna be built. The first step that we're gonna be doing is man, I was just looking at the steps. What are they? Alright guys, the first step is the there's a couple of steps that we have to follow to complete this objective. Steps 1. So let's see. Step 1, we're going to be deriving a state table. Okay, that's the first step. That's your state table. And then steps, oh actually we don't need to write that. Step 2, we're going to be dealing with state diagram. So just remember that, state diagram. And again, this is going to be a very long video because again, this is just we're doing this problem. We're dealing with this problem. It's not prepared or anything. It's just using the methods as stated here. Again, you can fast forward if you have to. It's kind of complicated, especially with the equation. It's a very complex one. And then we have to draw the circuit. So we're going to be doing those 3 steps. Drawing the diagram. Draw the circuit. Okay. We're going to have a combinational circuit, by the way, and combinational circuit. And then we're also going to be dealing with, we're going to be doing the sequential circuit. Oh, and actually we're drawing the combinational circuit and then the sequential circuit, you know, the flip-flop or whatever. The whole thing is a sequence, so let's do that. Let's start with a state table. Okay, so the table, basically, it's going to consist of a couple of things. It's going to consist of 4 things: a present state, an input, a next state, and an output. Okay, that's what this table is going to look like. That's just an example. A, B. Here we're going to have X, Y, where here they have the input. There's only one input here, X. And we're going to have X in next state. And for the next state, we're going to have we're going to label it with this with a delta star, right? DA DB. So again, this is going to take a little bit because this is a very long function that we're dealing with. Like I said, we deal with the input, the present state, and then we have the next state and the output. Okay, the output, again, even more complex because the output is a function as well of X and B. So let's get started. Let's color code this. We're going to have the input X and Y. X and Y, so let's color that as here. Let's just color it white. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna have our inputs, X and Y. We're gonna have our present states. And it's going to be A and B, and then we're going to have our next state, and that's going to be DA, It's also going to be dB. And then we have our output, which is Y. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Z. My bad. Alright, so now this is a bit tricky, guys, because we have to deal with this whole function right here. If you look at this, this function right here is kind of complex, you know. It's that's dA. So what we want to do is basically expand that, right? We want to make our life easier. So we're going to draw dA as a whole expression. What we're going to do is, you know what? Alright, we're just going to leave it like that. But let's start with 0 is going to be red and blue is going to be white. So let's start with 0. Okay, so we start with 0, 0, 0. We got all these 4 guys right here. 0, 0, 0, 0. Zero, 0, 1. Again, yeah, this is a very it's a long process, sadly. So you can see I have to write down everything. It's very important when you do this that you have to use color-coded pens, because I can't stress it enough, man. It gets really confusing drawing this table. You make one error, man, and it screws up everything. Everything is gonna get screwed up in the butt. Keep going until we reach the end. This is a very complex so you can see here, if you look at A, you'll notice that A, like, it's mostly zeros. That's gonna play a role in a bit. Right now we're getting to getting closer. I have to keep going. Very long table. Yeah, this is kind of like when you're in the nail salon, you know? The lady's working on your nails, and it's a long process. It's the same thing here. I said, you know, you better grab your coffee because get some snack or something, man, because like I said, it's gonna take a while and you can't make a mistake here. Screw up your 1 and 0s, man. The end of the world. In about 5 minutes, I'm gonna go check my coffee if it's ready.
Give me baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? Oh baby, baby.
I'm gonna make sure that we got it. 1, 2. I'm gonna go ahead and write the midterms down just so that we don't get confused. I just want to make sure that everything is on point. We end up on 15, we did good. Alright, so that's pretty good. Now we're going to continue. Let me go ahead and save this real quick. We gotta make sure that, because it's very important that we save this file, just in case something happens, and I don't want to redo this crap. Alright, so now this is where it gets really complicated, because now we're dealing with DA, and we have to kind of stretch it a little bit. Alright, we're going to have to stretch it out, man, because this is going to be... you're going to see that, because you're dealing with... Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to... delete all that. Delete all that. So basically here, we're gonna rewrite. By the way, this is DA. Alright, this is pain in the ass, man. We've got two functions here. I'm just gonna call them functions. Some people call them midterms. This is all interchangeable, but essentially we're gonna evaluate that term and we're gonna get DA. All right. So just know that we're gonna evaluate this function right here. So x bar a is gonna be 0. We're gonna give this a color of yellow. Alright, actually no, we're just gonna do red like before. Okay, so that's red. Alright, so that's 0. Then we're gonna evaluate x bar a, and that's 1, 0. And then 1 x bar of a, yeah, is 0, and then a is 0, that's gonna be 0. And here you're gonna have an x bar of 1. That's gonna be 0, 0. It's 0 again. Here we're gonna have. Now you can see if you're watching this, you're gonna be, man, you know, this is crazy. Oh yeah, dude, this is retarded. This is what they stuff in our delicate throats, and you know, it's just sad, man. It's worse than getting raped. And a 0 x bar is going to be 1, 1 0 is going to be 0. So you can see it doesn't matter honestly what x is, because it's, as long as the a is 0, man, you're not going to get anything. Here x is 1, now it's 0 is 0. Now look what happens. X bar x. Now x bar of 0 is 1 1. You're gonna get 1. Cool beans. Now x bar of 0 is 1 1. It's gonna be 1. Now it's gonna be 0. So you see, because it's 1 and 0. Alright, and then 0 again and 1, it's going to be 1. So anytime, basically, if x is 0, it's going to be 1 in this case. And, you know, and then x bar of 1 is 0, it's going to be 0, 0. Yeah, it's rape. Then let's go on with the continuum. By the way, there's a plus sign right here. Now x and y, we evaluate the next function x and y. Well, at 0, 0 is going to be 0. 0 and 1 is going to be 0. 0. Alright, so pretty much anytime there's a 1, it's going to be 1. We're going to get 0 right here. 0 right here. Just clean that up a little bit. And then we get 1, 0, we get 0 still. And then we get 1. Alright, cool beans. We keep getting zeros. Probably gonna edit this and then fast forward the whole thing. But I probably won't. I might, I don't know. This is a long process. X1 is gonna be 0. 0. 0, 0, 0, and then it's gonna be 1. Alright, so let's just make sure that there's 1 on each one. 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. Alright, cool. Now we can evaluate the right side. Anytime there's gonna be a 1, it's gonna be a 1. So let's just do that. This is gonna be 0, 0, 0, and this is going to be 1. This is going to be 0, 0, 0, and this is going to be 1. This is going to be 1. This is going to be 1. And the reason why it's 1, it's because it's an OR gate that we're dealing with here. This is a 1. This is 1. This is 1. This is 0. Alright, this is 1. Alright, cool. Let me double check that, man. It's 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. Alright, so it's correct. Let me save that real quick. Alright, cool beans. Now we're gonna go to the next one. We do the next one on another one. Let me get my coffee.
Oh baby, baby, how was I supposed to know that something wasn't right here? Oh baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. And now you're right upside here. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Oh, because my loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe when you're not with me, I lose my mind. Give me a sign, hit me, baby, one more time. Oh yeah. Oh baby, baby, the reason I breathe is you. Boy, you've got me blinded. Oh baby, baby, there's nothing that I wouldn't do. That's not the way I planned it. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me, and I must confess.
Alright, man, I'm really sorry about that, but I'm back. But again, this is a very long process. I guess I'm doing it so you don't have to, and maybe you could follow along. Again, I'm just doing this raw, so you know. This is the function. Alright, man, so it's pretty much the same thing here. We're going to evaluate the numbers. For x bar, it's 1, b is 0, it's going to be 0. It's going to be 0 again. It looks like it's only going to be it's 0 again. It's only going to be 1 if b is 1 and x is 0. Alright, so here's a situation where we have 1 and x1 is 1, b is 1, so that's 1. Let me make sure that's aligned. You don't wanna, there we go. Alright, cool. And then now b is 1, 0, it's going to be 1 again. Okay. Alright, cool. Now let's see here. Here it's x. Oh god, I'm looking at the wrong. Okay, I totally messed that up. Alright, hold on. 0 is 1, 0. Now it's 1, now it's going to be 0 again. 1 and 0. 1 and 0. 1 and 1 is going to be 0. Alright, so just get that straight. See, it gets really confusing, man. If they asked us in the question, that would be a really, that would be crazy. 0 and 0. I mean, this might be a better way to do this. I mean, you could figure out on your own a better way to do this. There probably is a better way. B and X. And if you do have a better way, make a video and show it to me. And you know, this is really, it really drags on. It takes a lot of time. And so we know that it's only going to be 1 if it's 0 and 1. Alright, so x is x bar 1 1 is going to be 1, and here it's going to be 1 again, and then it's going to be 0 0 0 0. So let's look at that. Alright, so let's look at xa now, and by the way, this is going to be dB. Alright. Okay, so here we start the same process, but this time it's x and a. 0 and 0, x and a. Here we don't have to invert anything, so it's just a straight up evaluation. 0, so it's only going to be 1 if it's both 1s. Alright? Okay, cool. So it's 0, 1, 0, 0, it's going to be 0, and then 0, 0 again. And then, now it's 0 and 1, it's going to be 0 again. And 0 and 1 is going to be 0. And we get to this point at number, where are we? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're actually at 8. Wow. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's right. This is the 8th. Alright, and then, it's 1, 2, okay, yeah, you're right. Now we're here when it's 1 and 0. And it's still 0. And then on the 9th, it's going to be 1 and 0. That's still 0. And on the 10th, now it's going to be 1. And on the 11th, it's going to be 1. And then on the 12th, it's going to be 0. And then 11th, it was a 1. 12, it was going to be 0. 13, it was a 0. 14, it's going to be a 1. And then 15, it's going to be a 1. Alright, so let's make sure that we got this right. We want to make sure that everything is aligned. And this is just going to be an alignment check. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15. So let's evaluate that. Pretty much here it's just going to be OR. If we have a 1, it's going to be a 0. Okay. I'm sorry, if it's a 0, there's no 1s. Anytime you have a 1, it's going to be 0. Alright. 1, 1, 1. Alright, it's pretty much 1, 1 the whole way down. Alright, let me check my answers. 4 zeros. Okay, cool. 2 1s, 4 zeros, and then the rest is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so I've got the same output for my notes. So now we're just gonna make sure that we cover this. See here, rectangle. We don't want it to be a solid color. You see, alright, it's not. So all we care about is this numbers. And all we care is about this numbers. Alright, so that's our state table, man. Cool beans. Cool beans. Now we gotta resize this because we want to. We want more space. Bingo! Oh no! Canvas size, boy. All right, we're making it a little bigger. All right, now we got more space. Alright, so at this time, the next state is a state diagram. Bam bam. Alright, so the state diagram is the next thing that we were doing. I hope that you're still with me. It's a long haul. We were able to get through the state table. The next step is that we have basically we have 4 variables that we're dealing with here. No, it's actually two states. We're dealing with 4 states actually because we have 2 inputs. So what is the state, guys? What is the state? We know that this is the present state. So we're doing a state diagram. We're doing the state diagram now. Doing the state diagram. That is the next step to the process. Right? This is kind of like doing surgery on the body, and that's the way I think about it, you know? I think like I pretend I'm a dentist and I'm working on someone's teeth, and it's really painful, but you know, you have to get through it. Alright, here's a state diagram, and we have 2 inputs. That gives us 4 states. Alright, actually no, we have the input X, Y. The state we can only have, since we have A and B, there's 2 flip-flops, and we'll only have 4 states. We have 0, 0, we have 0, 1, we have 2, and then we have 3. Now you can look at this, man. I don't know if you see this. Like, this will be our first present state right here. You know? And it goes to the next state. Alright, so let's evaluate this real quick. Alright, let's do a state diagram. We know that we have 4 states. We have 0, 0. We have 0, 1. Then we have 0, 0, 1, 0, sorry. We have 1, 1. Alright, let's go ahead and make a circle out of that, just so that's cooler, you know? There's a lot of states table, they draw a circle. There's a method, like there's a way you have to do, and you could do it any way you want, honestly. Here you go. That's the 4 states. We know there's 4 states. Because of because you only have 2 flip-flops. So that's 2 to the 2 to the second power is 4. That's 4 states. We have our 4 states right here. Let's just keep it organized a little bit. Yeah, let's make sure it's kind of, you know, it doesn't get confusing. Let's just move everything around. Let's just move. Damn, boy. Damn, boy. What? Come on, man. Jeez. Thing's a pain in the ass sometimes. Alright guys, cool beans. We have our 4 states. Hell yeah. Alright, man. Let me just put this more lower a little bit. Alright, we need a lot of space. Cool. Alright, man. Now we could do our states. Alright, first state is 0, 0. Look at that. 4 zeros. Alright guys, let's do the state table. Okay guys, first of all we have the state is determined by the input, right? So when you get 0, 0, you get this present state when it goes through the flip-flop. The input, look how the input, like it doesn't matter. You can see that it doesn't matter when let me analyze this real quick guys. This is kind of where it hurts. Again, we're doing a diagram for DA. This is gonna be DA. Just diagram for DA. Actually, no, it's I think it's on all of them actually. Now let's analyze this. We have to analyze this, and the only way we're going to analyze this is we have to be very meticulous with this. Let me say yeah. Alright, so this is a bunch of states, right? So let's just do it slowly, man. So let's do 0, 0. When the input is 0, 0. Oh, we didn't even do Y, man. Alright, we forgot to do Y. But let's do it for the first flip-flop, alright? Let's just... Alright, let's do it for the first flip-flop. We don't wanna... Wow, this is pain in the... I'm telling you, man, this is pain in the ass. Now let's get this right. Okay, this is where I'm kind of getting stuck a little bit. It's not good. So the output really matters too. The output really... The output... Like if you have 0, 0... and XY is the input 0, 0... comes back to itself. And then it goes to the next state, which is 0, 0. The output is 0, the output is 0. Then, when the input is 1, it comes back to 0. Present state is 0, 0. The next state, it goes to Okay, so we have to basically this 2 guys right here is your next state, guys. Think of it as your next state.
Hit me, baby, one more time. Oh yeah.
So that's your next state. Now the thing is, before I can even get to the diagram, we need an output. We need Y. Alright, so let's do Y real quick. And Y is basically X and B. So basically we just have to evaluate X and B. And X and B is gonna be 0, 0, 0, 0. We're on the 3rd now, and we're on the X and B are on the 4th now, and then we go on the 5th now. 1 and 0 is still 0. 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 5. And now we're on 6. It's 1 and 1. Now it becomes 1 and 6, right? That's 6. 1, 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Then we go to 7. It's 1, 1 again. When we go to 8, it's 0, 0. And then you go to 0, then you go to 9, it's 0, 0 again. Then you 0, 1, it's 0 again for the, looks like that's 10. Then 11, it's 1 and 0 again. When you get to 12, it's 1, 0. Then 1, 0 for 13. 14, it's 1. And 15, it's 1. Alright, so now we have, let me double check that output real quick. Yeah guys, this is pain in the butthole. Let's see. So the first 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, 1 to 6 is going to be 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, 6. 6 is 1, 1. Okay. 6 is 1, 1. Oops. Bam. Now we go to 7, it's 1. Then 8 is 0. So, gotta erase that. Just misplaced the arrow. So 8 is gonna be 0. So let's verify the numbers here. 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Oh my god, it's like, hold on. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is supposed to be 0. Yeah, 5 is supposed to be 0. Okay, maybe I'm just missing whatever. Let's 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 and 7 is good. 8 is 0. 9 is 0. 10 is 0. 11 is 0. 12 is 0. 13 is 0. And 14 is 1. 15 is 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Fuck, man. Alright. We've got to move this down. Alright, just... we gotta move this down. I just screwed up a little bit. This has to be aligned because just misplaced some zeros and really terrible. So basically 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So basically it's a little compressed, but it's supposed to be a 1. Bingo. Alright guys, state diagram now. We can move on to the state diagram. And instead of publishing this video, I'm just gonna publish this drawing. Alright, let's move on to the state diagram, guys. Here we go. So this is a state. This is a present state, guys. When the input is 0, you get a present state of 0, 0. The next state is also 0, 0. So basically, for the beginning, you're gonna have your input is 0, 0. Then you're going to get a return. I'm just doing the first step, 0, 0. The output is Z is 0. Let's do the output as pink. Okay. So that's the input. When you have an input, you get 0, and it goes back to that state. Cool beans. Cool beans. Now, if it's 0, 1, it also goes to 0. So basically, alright, yo. We now know 0, 0. Evaluate that. You get the next state of 0, 0. The output of 0. 0, 1, you also get the same state, the output of 0. But for 1, 0, you also get 0, 0. This whole thing right here basically has the same state. Look, it goes back to 0, so basically this is also 1, 0. The input is gonna be 1, 0. So basically so it goes to that state 0, 0. The output is 0, as you can see here. We'll even draw a pink line to just go through that. And I'm really sorry, but you know, hopefully this will help you. Again, I'm not very good at this either, but I just want to show the basics of how this circuit works. Okay, so now for the next state, we have an input of 1, 1, we get a next state of 1 0. Alright, so basically when we get an in, we go to the next state now. We go from 0 0, the present state is 0 0, and then 1 0, 1 1 goes to 1 0. And what is 1 0? It's a cross. Like that. There you go. The output of that is actually, the output is actually 0. And what is the input? Basically the input is 1 1. We're gonna color code that as well, so that you just know that's 1 1. When x and y is 1 1, you get an output of 0, and the next state goes to 1 0. Alright, cool beans, now we're getting somewhere. Alright, so let's just put a check mark right there. Let's do a check mark right there, check mark right there, check mark right there. Now go to number 4. This one is an input of 0, and the next state is 0 1. And as you can see here, we're gonna draw a white line, pink line on here too, because look at the next states: 0 1, 0 1, and the output is 0. Look at that. Alright, so you can see here 4 and 5 is with those two inputs. This is saying that y, it doesn't matter what y is, you're going to get the next state of 0 1 from, next state of 0 1 from this present state of 0 1 0 1. Present state is 0 1, so 0 1 goes back to 0 1, so it's actually, you draw a line right there. Make sure that's right. 0 1 0 1. Oh, actually no. Input is different. Yeah, okay. Alright, so basically here it's going to be usually I want to emphasize this real quick. This right here, you can plug in W. Means it doesn't matter what it is. So 0 0 1 goes back to itself. Goes back to itself, and the output is 0. Alright, and then you get 0 0. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm going to color code the numbers. It's going to be 0, and it's going to be W. Okay? Again, I want to emphasize that W equals 0 or 1. Alright, so I want to emphasize that. 0 or 1. Alright, so now we've got that cleared out. We'll go to the next one. Alright, so 6 and 7 has a present state of 0 1. And then the input of 1 0 and 1 1. And then if you look here, the next state, this one actually goes to 0 0. This goes to 1 0. So this thing right here is by itself. This is 6, right? You see 6, 0 1. So that gets its own ball game, just because the state is different. It's going to 0 0 with an output of 1. So from 0 1, we're getting an input of 1 0. by the way, that's 1, 0, with an output of 1. Alright, cool. We're getting somewhere. I'm actually seeing what's happening here. This is very good. What has to be done. Alright. And get some coffee.
Oh baby, baby, how was I supposed to know that something wasn't right here? Oh baby, baby.
Alright. Now let's continue. Like I said, guys, this is a very long, drawn-out process. You're gonna have to get coffee, and we're gonna go to number 7. Well, number 7, we have a present state of 0, 1 with an input of 1, 1, and it goes to 1, 0. Present state is 0, 1. It goes to 1, 0. So it has its own ballpark. So 0, 1 to 1, 0. And draw a line out there. And then the output, the input is 1, 1. Let's put 1, 1 in there. Cool beans. The output is 1. Cool, cool. There you go. And then and we're gonna move on to the next one, guys. It's 1, 0, 1, 0 is the present state. Look at all these guys right here. They're all 1, 1, 0. Look at the inputs. Look at the inputs and let's look at the states. This one is 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. So we're gonna group this together because this guy's right here have a next state, and so this is actually the group. And we're now going to group this together, but you can just see, look at that present state that we can see. So 1, 0, 1, 0 goes back to itself. 1, 0 and 1, 0. That's for 8 and 9. Alright, so that's 1, 0. And it's going back to itself with an output. What's the output? 0. And the input is what? The input is 0, 1 and 1, 0. So it's 0 W. Again, this thing right here is W. Oops. This thing is W. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're getting a little faster. Alright, that's good. That's 0. So the first term is going to be 0. I'm sorry, the first X is going to be 0, and we don't care about the next one. That's going to be W. Alright, cool, man. We're getting somewhere. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, guys. We're going to the next one. Alright, we group that together. We're going to move to this group right now. And this group goes to... Ooh. Look at this guy. This guy's 0, 1. This guy goes to 1, 1. Look at this guy's right here. Look at this group right here. We're going to skip that one real quick. This guy's go to, what am I boxing that? It should be this one. Look at this group right here. Look at that group. Now look at this group. Alright. Oh, my bad. Alright, so let's look at the input. Let's first look at the present state for that one. So for this, guys, the present state is 1, 0. But they're different, actually. Alright, we're gonna take care of this guy real quick. This guy is by itself. Because this guy is going to 0, it's going to 1, 0 to 0, 1. 1, 0 to 0, 1. Is anybody else going to 1, 0, 1? No, it's only him. 1, 0 to 0, 1 with an input of 1, 0. So let's take care of this guy so he doesn't, we don't miss that part. So it's 1, 0. 1, 0, and this, the input is 1, 0. So 1, 0 goes to 0, 1. So 1, 0, 0, 1. And this one, by the way, we're gonna make sure that we get that, you know, because we don't want to get confused. Alright, so that's the input. What's the input for that dude? His input is 1, 0. He's going from 1, 0 to 0, 1. His input is 1, 0. And what is his output? His output is going to be 0. Alright, cool beans. And this is a very long process. A very, very long process. Makes you want to shoot yourself in the face. Let's move on to the next deal. We did this guy, so this guy's done. This guy is slain. By the way, we have to put check marks, man. We have to put check marks. We did this dudes, we did this dudes, we did this dudes, we did this dudes, we did this. Alright, so 0, 1, 1, 0. And then this guy 1, 0 to, oh, okay, oops, we didn't do that guy. We did that guy, so here we just put a check. That's 10. Alright, we're gonna do 1, 1, 0, 0. We're gonna do 1, 1, 0, 0. No, man, I'm sorry, we're doing 1, 0. The input is 1, 1. It's to 1, 1. Oh wow, 1, 0 to 1, 1. 1, 0 to 1, 1. Finally, we have a guy going that way. Oh my god, dude, this is gonna take forever, yo. They're gonna ask this on the test. It's gonna be brutal, man. 1, 1. And we're not even done yet, man. We still have to draw the circuit. Oh my god. This is why I masturbate like 5 times a day, man. Yo, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1. Oh wait, look at this, guys. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. This whole, well, yeah, he's by himself because his present state is 1, 1. The input is 1, 1. And the output is, what is the output? 1, 1, 0. Alright, so the output is 0. Then we have 1, 1 here. Present states of 1, 1. This group right here, except 14. Let's put a red mark on 14. Just so that we can protect, you know, protect that number, you know. We want to make sure that, you know, I don't really know how these people do this on the exam, bro. If she gives us an easy problem, then yeah, you might make it, but I doubt it. Here we go, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and basically the present state for that. Oh, hold on, this is present state 1, 0. We already did that, so that's done. Okay. We don't have to worry about that guy. We don't have to worry about 11. We did that, right? So here we just worry about this, guys. We worry about this guys, right? We're gonna worry about this guys. These guys are the guys we're worried about. So we have 1100, 110111. So pretty much we're saying we don't care what the input is. And basically this goes back to itself. We don't care what the input is, we're just gonna put W. I'm gonna put W. We don't care about that. The output is gonna be, oh hell, it's gonna be 1 or 0. Actually, the outputs are different, so we have to write it. We actually have to write it. You have to write it out. Oh, that's sad. Oh, that's sad. Alright, yo, 11. Alright, yo, listen up. Listen up, man. When the input is 0. Yeah, that's right. When the input is 0 and W, you're gonna get an output of 0. Alright? Now, if it's 1, 1, you're going to get an input of 1. Alright, cool beans. Alright, now we do number 14, which is 1, 1. It goes back to itself. And that's also 1 when you get 0, 0. What the f? No, 0, 1. 0, 1. Okay, so 1, 1. 2, 0, 1. So it goes across. And that becomes... Oh my god, when I saw this teacher do this on the board, it was so fast. I was just going to take a lot of practice. And the input was what? Input is 1, 0. Input was 1, 0. Okay, input was 1, 0. Oh, actually... we can build the circuit now because it's actually easy to draw the circuit. But okay, so the input was 1, 0. And then the output is 1. There you go, and it's going from the state of 1, 1 to 1 to 0, 1. So let me just say this again. This is a state, present state. This is next. This is output. Alright, so just let me underline that so that people don't get confused that that's not part of the, you know. We're just emphasizing stuff. Let's save that. And it's a big ass confusion right now. Alright, now we did the state diagram. Cool beans. You know, we did it. Fuck yeah. Alright, well now we're gonna go to the next step. We were able to make it. This is probably a 40-minute video, but hopefully someone will make a simpler video. There's probably one out there, I don't know. I'm gonna draw the circuit. Now just draw the circuit. That is the last step. Alright, so we did the state diagram. We're going to draw this circuit. We also did the table. This was very brutal. As you can see, if we get any of the numbers wrong, it's going to be very difficult to backtrack this, but I'm looking at my notes right now. It seems like I didn't make a mistake. It matches it matches the table, so we should be good on the table. Now we'll just draw the circuit. Alright, let's draw the circuit, man. It's gonna be the challenge, but we already have the... Let's do DA. Alright, let's do DA first. EA is X bar A and plus XY. And then we have DB, which is X bar B plus XA. So as you can see here, the combinational circuit is actually given to you. So we don't have to do a lot of gymnastics to figure this out. We have Z. We can actually draw the circuit first if you wanted to. But here we go, we're going to draw it, alright? Here we are. We are finally at the final moments. Take a freaking break and take a breather. Actually live, breathe some oxygen. This is what they stuff in our throats. Alright, let's do the combinational circuit first. Alright guys, we have inputs, right? We have inputs. Let's just... I'm trying to think about how to draw this. Let's look at an image real quick. Look at this. Let me see if I find it. Wow, that's the last page. Oh no, it's not even the book. But it's gonna be here. Flow sequential series, state diagram, sequential circuit simulation. Hold on a second, man. I gotta look at my. All right, let me look at my. Let me show you, man. Let me show you. Let me show you. Your organization, file, test prep. I mean, I wrote it somewhere, man. I gotta look it up. Let's see here. Maybe I did not write about it. Maybe. Sequential circuit. All right, guys. We sequential circuit. All right, so it's not on here. My bad. I thought maybe I wrote it down somewhere. Maybe I didn't. Priority encoders. Maybe I didn't. Okay, I didn't write it down. The sequential circuit. I'm just gonna use this. So this is the diagram. Sorry that took a while for me to figure out, but this is gonna be. Hang on in there, I'm grabbing the drawing. So let's, and I really don't remember where I put my notes. I have to, yeah, this is going to take some editing because the sequential circuit is not here. Really cool. Yeah. Alright, they should have it in the book though. Alright, let's look. They're gonna have it in the book. They have to because the book has a good drawing of a sequential circuit. Alright. There you go. Oh yeah. That's the one. Alright. Okay, now we have the diagram of it. And that was actually it. That was right. Alright, let's do this. Let's kick some ass. Here we go. Here's the combinational circuit, you guys. We have an X input of Y. We have two inputs coming into this combinational circuit. But we also have your present state. The present state comes out of the flip-flop. If we look at this diagram, if we look at the notes here, it's telling us that the present state comes out of the flip-flop. It's unreal, but it does. That's crazy. DA present state, and then the present state comes back. So based on this alone, we can draw it. Okay, so we know that this is the combinational circuit. And then what we're gonna have is basically, let's just draw a box, alright? Just because, just gonna make it easier for us to analyze this. Because it is kind of insane right now. It's very insane, alright? I'm gonna make it bigger. Alright, just to actually, no, that's fine. Alright, so that's gonna be the combinational circuit. Combination, man. It's all about combos. Alright, man, now we're gonna have our flip-flops. Alright, we have two flip-flops, unfortunately. Let's do this. Flip-flop A. And we're gonna have flip-flop B. So what we're gonna have here is we're gonna go to A. This is flip-flop A. This is DA. This is DB. This is the output. By the way, we also have an AND gate. This is Z. Oh, let me just fix that a little bit. And I. Alright, so let's do this, guys. By the way, there is a clock in here. Someone wrote on Discord. Alright, let's focus. Focus, guys. Come on, focus. Alright, so we know that this is going to be X. This is B. Alright, we know this is going to be a clock input. I'm just going to draw everything out. Okay, by the way, the present state, the next state actually, if we look at the diagram, we want to make sure this right. Comes out of the flip-flops. So it's actually X in the next state, the present state, and the next state. Okay, so I just want to make this clear, so we don't, it's kind of, at this point it gets really confusing because basically this, hold on, the output, the output's weird. Hold on a second. It's not what they covered here. Let me make sure. Okay. There you go. That's what it looks like, baby. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh yeah. That's what we're looking for. Alright, let me just write that down. Example of a sequential circuit. Yes, that really goes on my study guide. Hell yeah. Just gonna, oh, let me just post that in there. Alright, we need to do that. This is an example of a circuit that we're drawing. Yeah guys, this is really insane, but this is what they want us to munch on, man. They want us to put this in our mouth. Knowledge. Alright, so this is pretty much what it would look like. So the present state goes back, so this is gonna be what we have here. Alright, so now we know that the drawing, we found a reference. Well, this thing goes to, let me just grab that. You know, I'm gonna color that differently. This is the present state. That's A. And then you have B. Alright, cool. We'll be right back real quick.
How was I supposed to know that something wasn't right here? Oh baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. Now you're right upside here. Show me how.
Alright guys, here we go. Let's finalize this, man. Alright, let's finalize this, boy. It's a very long video. There's just no way, man. There's no other way. This has to be the most painful thing ever. So here we're gonna have X and A. So we have X and A. It's gonna go to an OR gate. Okay. Alright. And then we also gonna have another AND gate. Wow, that's a terrible drawing, dude. Alright, just friggin'. Alright, so again guys, this is a very painful process, I know, but man, what else can we do, guys? I mean, how do we improve this method? How do we show this to people? Like, it's rape. Put an inverter right here, by the way, because of the bar. And we grab A. A is gonna go to that AND gate right there and go. Just want to emphasize that that's X bar and A, and then this is gonna be XY. So just emphasizing that, and that's XY. Alright, that's cool. That's our combination. This is gonna be our sequential. Let's see, and then you have X bar B. So this is gonna be another AND gate. This is X bar, B, this is XA. Alright, and then you also have an OR gate right here. There you go. Very painful process, man. Very painful indeed. Alright, so X bar, you already have a line at X bar. We're just gonna go down through all these lines. So it's a way all the way down, but we'll take X B bar, X bar B, I mean, go downstairs. We have XA, so we're gonna get X again, but we have to get it from this line because we don't want. Alright, and then go down here, and then we have B, and then we have A. So A is gonna go down here, and it's gonna go bam, bingo. Alright, and just let you know that X will go into this one. Alright, and B actually goes here too, so just remember that. So that's the circuit, man. That's it. That's it. We did it. We did it. Let me just label it just to make sure that we get it. So this is our next state. This is going to be our present state. This is going to be our output. And we have a combination, we have our sequential. So if we look at our notes, that we look at it right now, we could see that we followed these steps. Flip-flops with the outputs, the clock pulses that goes in, the next state. Oh, yeah, did I label it already? Let me make sure. Next state. Yep, that's the next state, it's the present state. So here we go, that's the whole thing. Very painful process. Let's save that, post that on the drive, so that we know what I was going to call this. Sequential circuit. Hell yeah. Let's insert a bookmark on there. And then let's do that. So that's going to be building, how to build a sequential circuit. There you go. That's going to be here, and then we paste under that. Building a sequential circuit is the image, and it's very long, by the way. Alright, we gotta make it smaller because that has to go in there. Oh my god, it's too long, it doesn't fit. Alright, we're gonna have to put a link on there. Oh my god, this is, oh, I gotta crop it, man. Alright, that's where I screwed up, my bad. Yeah, that's really a long image.
How was I supposed to know that something wasn't right here? Oh baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. And now you're right outside here. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now.
Alright, so that's pretty much it, man. That's gonna be the painful process. Let me stop the video.